What's up, my network marketing friends? Todd Falcone here. Welcome back to toddfalcone.com. And in today's video, we're going to continue in my book, Fearless Networking, and we're going to get into Chapter 2, Understanding Why People Buy. This is, to me, one of the most important things that we can do is come to grips with and understand why people choose to do business with us. So as we lead off Chapter 2, people buy for many reasons, but the one thing you really need to be aware of is this: people buy from those that they like and trust. If you want to build your business faster and move more of your products or services, then you've got to work on making sure that people like you and trust you. What makes people like you? To put it simply, when you make another person feel good, you're moving in the right direction. There's a phrase that comes directly from the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And if you've seen me on stage, you've heard me talk about this: be genuinely interested, not interesting. So to me, the more that we can show somebody that we authentically, truly, genuinely care about them, and that we're not just trying to sign them up or get them or use them for something. And I think that's one of our greatest fears as well as network marketers, or many people's greatest fear is, I don't want to be perceived as using someone to make money. I wouldn't want to either. That doesn't sound very good to me. But if you change the conversation and you truly show that you care. So, if you're nice, if you're positive, and there's so many different reasons why someone would be inclined to like you. You're fun to be around. You're not and think about somebody that you don't want to hang out with. What are the quality? In fact, I would even challenge you to draw a line through a piece of paper. The people I like to hang out with are the people I do not like to hang out with, are like this, right? So then you're like mean, negative, grumpy, complain, constantly nagging, constantly this, or always, pushing my buttons or whatever, stirring up drama, whatever it is. Think about that. Do you want to be around those types of people? No. Do you exhibit any of those qualities? I hope not. If you do, then chances are you're losing money in whatever it is that you're doing in or out of network marketing, because you're being the kind of person that someone doesn't like to be around. Now, the one thing I also talk about in this chapter is what makes people trust you. And this is what I say in the book. I'll tell you this right now. You want to work on your ability to influence others. If you don't know that, now you do. Leadership is influence. Influence is defined as the ability to change attitudes, beliefs, opinions, or behaviors to a predetermined outcome. Effective leadership is rooted in trust. The way you build your business, make more sales, and grow is to consistently act in such a way where people trust you. Clearly, trust is built by telling the truth. That's one thing, but there's never a need to exaggerate, to go overboard, to fib or tell a lie. The truth is always good enough. If you don't tell the truth, it will come back to bite you, and hard, and it's simply not worth it. So how exactly is trust built? Trust is built through consistency over time. So are you perceived? Here's a couple questions, and it even talks about this. Reliability. Ask yourself these few questions. Reliability. Am I seen as somebody that is reliable? Do people see me as someone that can be counted on? To me, that's a pretty important question to ask yourself. Number 2, follow through. Do I consistently stick to my commitments, or am I constantly changing my mind? Do people know me as someone who always finishes what they started, or not? So these are the kind of things that you want to be thinking about. It's all here in this book, and hopefully you've got it in front of you. Maybe you don't. And then I talk about building the emotional bank accounts of people in this video with this. Like building the emotional bank accounts, much like you cannot make a withdrawal from an empty bank account. You can't go to any bank and say, I want to take out $100 when you don't even have an account there. Or maybe you have an account, but you've never put any money there. You can't make a withdrawal from an account that you haven't put a deposit into with people. So think about that. If you want somebody to do business with you, and the only time that you reach out to them is when you want them to buy your products or when you want to pitch them your next deal, they're probably not going to respond very, very favorably to you. So that to me, and I'll let you, there's a few tips that I give in the last couple pages of this particular chapter on building up those emotional bank accounts, which is really important to do, and you'll certainly end up doing a lot more business as a result of it. The next time I see you when we're talking about the book, we'll be in chapter 3, which is a fun one, which is break the ice and build rapport. So when we meet new people, it's literally like you're literally chopping away at the ice. Like, in fact, the way I look at it is, if I'm meeting a brand new person, there's like this invisible ice cube that exists between me and the person, and I can't really see clearly through the ice cube because it's kind of blurred out. And my objective is to quickly chip away at the ice cube so it goes away and we can actually get eye contact and see one another. Even though there's no physical ice cube, I kind of look at it in that manner. So what you really want to do is do things quickly in a conversation where you can create a connection and you can chip away at the ice and warm up the conversation so that both of you are comfortable. And I'll talk about that in the next section when we're going into chapter 3 of Fearless Networking. So have an amazing day. We'll see you next time.